Have you ever wondered why you can't just have one chip? Or why that sugary soda feels so irresistible? The answer isn't just about taste. It's about history. A history that starts not in a kitchen, but in a boardroom. For decades, cigarette companies perfected a science of craving. They weren't just selling tobacco. They were engineering dependence, meticulously designing a product to be as addictive as possible. They studied nicotine's effect on the brain, tweaking formulas, adding chemicals, all to ensure one thing, that you would always come back for more. But in the 1980s, the tide began to turn. Public health warnings grew louder, and the future of tobacco looked uncertain. So where did these corporations, with their vast wealth and unparalleled expertise in addiction, turn their attention to your pantry? In a wave of acquisitions, giants like Philip Morris and R.J. Reynolds bought up some of the most iconic names in food: Kraft, Nabisco, General Foods. They didn't just buy brands. They brought their playbook with them. The same scientists who had worked to make cigarettes more addictive were now tasked with a new mission: to do the same for processed food. Suddenly, the language of the lab entered the world of food production. They spoke of bliss points, the perfect combination of sugar, salt, and fat to light up the pleasure centers of your brain. They engineered mouthfeel and vanishing caloric density, creating snacks that melt so quickly you don't register how much you've eaten, leaving you wanting more. The goal was the same as it had always been with tobacco: to bypass your body's natural signals of fullness and satisfaction, and to create a craving that only their product could satisfy. These weren't chefs, they were chemical engineers of desire. The influence didn't stop at the factory. It reached the very highest levels of policy. When the US government created its first food pyramid in the 1990s, who was at the table? Lobbyists from these newly formed food conglomerates. They pushed for guidelines that favored processed grains and minimized the role of fats, conveniently aligning with their product lines. The result was a dietary guide that, for many, became a roadmap to poor health, steering an entire generation toward a diet high in refined carbohydrates and sugar, the very ingredients their scientists had perfected for maximum craving. Today, we are living with the consequences of this legacy. We see it in the rising rates of chronic illness, in the struggles of families trying to eat healthy in a world saturated with hyper-palatable, processed options. The tactics pioneered by big tobacco didn't disappear. They just changed their packaging. They moved from the cigarette carton to the cereal box, from the smoke-filled bar to the supermarket aisle. The war for your loyalty is fought on a microscopic level in the chemical compounds that make a cookie irresistible, and on a global scale in the marketing that surrounds us from birth. So, the next time you reach for that favorite snack, take a moment to pause. Ask yourself, is this really hunger, or is it history repeating itself? Is this a choice you're making freely, or is it the echo of a carefully engineered craving designed decades ago in a lab? The most powerful tool we have is awareness. By understanding the science they used against us, we can begin to reclaim control over our own health, one conscious choice at a time. Thank you for watching. If this video resonated with you, please consider liking this video and subscribing to our channel, How is Your Health? For more investigations into the hidden forces shaping our lives, stay curious and stay informed.